Hi and welcome to Thriver TV, the place to break free from narcissistic abuse with quantum tools and understandings. So today I want to talk about the cerebral narcissist. And in many ways, an intelligent, successful, highly functioning narcissist may be amongst the most dangerous of all because they are extremely hard to detect, and they're even harder to combat or gain support for against them because people outside of the family home may not believe that this person is even disordered. So my heart totally goes out to those of you who feel so alone, and you may have thought that you were going crazy in trying to separate and disengage and heal and receive support in your recovery from this type of narcissist. And it's my greatest wish that this video will validate you, help you know that you're not crazy or alone, and grant you the inspiration and the strength to continue on with your healing and the creation of your true self and your true life. And let's just get very specific about this type of narcissist that I'm sharing with you today in today's topic. This is not the intelligent and high achieving rock star type narcissist who may be creative and even brilliant, but a loose cannon in regard to not paying bills and getting fines and wildly engaging in sex and drugs and alcohol, and who openly rebels against rules in society. In many ways, that narcissist, even though intelligent, which is one of the classifications for a cerebral narcissist, has a greater value on his or her body and sexuality than the prowess of their mind. So they're really a bit like a somatic narcissist, even if they are highly intelligent. And they've got a more lusty approach concerning their body. And this type of narcissist often suffers from co-addictions rather than just simply narcissistic supply. So things like sex and promiscuity may be the main addiction if this narcissist is health focused. And it could be many other addictions like substance abuse, if not so, less of a concern for what they're putting into their body, I guess, even though narcissists that are sex addicts often have a huge disregard for their body and other people's bodies, things like having unsafe sex, multiple partners, etc. So, often it is this loose, addictive, non-accountable and more hot behaviour that is the undoing of the somatic narcissist. They certainly don't command the level of durable respect that the cerebral narcissist is capable of getting. So, which is a less obviously disordered type. And that's what this video today is about, that type of narcissist. For as far as society is concerned, can often fly under the radar. And this person can appear to be organised, sensible, intelligent, and playing by the rules. And the high-functioning narcissist is very, very skilled at fitting in and getting people to like them and trust them and follow their orders and admire them. They're energetic, they're purpose-driven, they're highly articulate, and they're often in high positions of power. We know that society rewards success and achievement, and usually doesn't place a value on the understanding of the motivation of why people are driven to be successful and the possible flow-on effects of that. Personally, I really do believe that there's three categories of humans that reach positions of recognition, and one of these is definitely healthier than the former two that I'm going to share with you. So let's start with the first. This is the codependent overachiever who doesn't believe they have worth in the world unless they prove themselves. And these people are unconsciously, they mightn't be aware of it, they're trying to get approval and love through their accomplishments. They may have had high achieving parents and or those with high expectations who granted them attention and recognition where they were doing well at something, and yet didn't unconditionally offer them love when they didn't. And this is the profile of many people who have got into relationship and ended up with abusers. And these types of profile people often get taken in with cerebral narcissists. And you're going to understand more about why they do as this video progresses. The second type of person driven to succeed is the narcissistic high achiever, the high flyer, who strives for success and power in order to receive narcissistic supply, the feed to their ego, the attention and significance that sustains them and saves them from the inner annihilation of their damaged and deeply insecure inner being, who suffers from terrible feelings of defectiveness and worthlessness. The third person driven to succeed is the person who is being their Dharma. They are expressing their life mission. They're aligned with and delivering their soul truth to the collective with the joy of being their purpose for the purpose itself, which is to make a difference. And they're not doing it for the acclaim, the recognition, or the money, which ironically, when their cause is pure of heart, becomes organic anyway. Those things come. Many people within this community have been in relationship with narcissists who are at some level successful. Narcissists can be huge performers in their professional field or a sporting capacity or something that they do that can be recognized by others, because this is such a wonderful way that they receive narcissistic supply. When a narcissist is highly functioning as well, and that's what high functioning cerebral narcissists can be, the ones that seem more ordered, they're even harder to identify. The very condition of narcissism means that an individual is unwilling to look at themselves and to work at their shortcomings and to change how they operate and do any inner work. And the issues with highly functioning narcissists is that they are congratulated by society for who they are. They are the least likely narcissists to be challenged to do something about their grave inner identity issues. And of course, all people inflicted with narcissistic personality disorder have this terminal disposition of not taking responsibility and not being humble enough to accept and work on their inner issues. They just don't do it. Because high-functioning cerebral narcissists appear to be model and successful citizens, how can we identify them? One of the telltale signs of a highly functioning narcissist is that they are likely to be extremely haughty, righteous, and superior. And although the cerebral narcissist is successful and even acclaimed by others professionally, and those who don't know them intimately, he or she struggles to have close personal relationships. It's actually almost impossible to have a truly meaningful interpersonal communication, any form of conversation, with a cerebral narcissist. You may notice with such a person that they are preoccupied with information about themselves and can't listen to the details of yours and other people's lives. Even the quieter cerebral narcissists, which aren't outwardly as confident, will have a very limited ability to listen to your conversations and validate you. They'll be focused on what is going on in their own minds, and they aren't really even listening to what you have to say. Additionally, these people are often in opposition to someone or something. They have a me versus you attitude. They believe that other people envy them or are trying to bring them down. And like all narcissists, their core beliefs are planted in separation and not healthy or holistic unity consciousness. Cerebral narcissists who are high functioning may not have the loose, explosive tempers of other narcissists. They tend to plot much more effectively rather than exploding into rages. And they take the longer view as to how to fulfill their agendas with mastermind planning even. Revenge and payback is delivered to the people who have done them wrong, and in conversations you might find out how they don't suffer fools gladly, they hold grudges and believe that people should get what they deserve. This narcissist is as cruel as any other, and it's more of a cold cruelty than a hot cruelty. And their weapons within close, intimate relationships are to strip a person of their self-esteem piece by piece by degrading their intelligence and or character. Cerebral narcissists may seek highly intelligent, attractive and or successful partners who make them look good, because it is about feeding the ego. Yet the narcissistic superiority will cause them to be in fierce competition with a spouse or a lover, because this narcissist will not tolerate the threatening of their own superiority and sense of importance. So competitiveness, winning, and even ruthlessness. We know that that stuff is often awarded in the corporate world. And at home, demeaning, righteous, double standards and stripping down is how the cerebral narcissist operates. This narcissist may also convince the other partner to give up their profession and their path so that they can render them more powerless and dependent, and then the narcissist will accuse them of being a gold digger, lazy, a parasite, stupid, all of those things. Okay, so that's enough about them. Now let's like as we do, we need to bring it back to the power within ourselves. So now let's investigate what has led us into relationships with cerebral narcissists, and what is the soul healing lesson necessary to get out of these relationships without the ongoing pain and torment which is so consistent with the aftermath of narcissistic abuse, because that's our true healing, to heal this properly. And I'll share my very raw and honest story about my connections to cerebral narcissists. Both of the previous narcissists in my life appeared as intelligent, successful men. They weren't truly high functioning. Their narcissism did at times bring them undone. Yet my attraction to them was about intelligence and success. And I was the over-functioning codependent trying to prove my worth continuously, not able to delegate. I couldn't accept help. I couldn't ask for what I needed. I didn't think I deserved it. I took it all on myself, thinking it was my duty to give and grant all that I could to be loved. And this made me a perfect target for a narcissist. I was attracted to the cerebral types because I wanted intelligent conversation with partners. I also had such grave security fears that I thought a successful partner would give me the survival and the security that would finally make me feel safe. So this unconsciously created me wanting a partner for all the wrong reasons, their superiority and power. And without realizing it, I was drastically compromising myself and my life by accepting a partner's superficiality, coldness, disinterest in others, lack of empathy, and devoid emotional intelligence. And we all know how that turned out. I was abused. I lost tons of security. And I was left with my shattered self to heal what I'd always needed to heal. And thank goodness I did. I evolved my inner being in order to understand this. And when we release enough trauma from our inner being and we open up and clean up our young childhood insecurities, we become a more solid sense of true self. And then we don't get taken in by the glitter and the glamour and the success. and the grandstanding and the impressive cerebral intelligence and the lifestyle. The more developed our inner being becomes, the more emotional and spiritual consciousness we have and we radiate. And people who are not warm and genuine in their heart space, as we've become, are not attractive to us anymore. We sense something is off. We sense something is wrong with these people, and we just don't click with them. In regard to cerebral narcissists, we are bonded to them through our weaknesses. And when we heal these and we release them, we don't want to be with these people anymore. We really don't. So here is how I want to help you understand these weaknesses, like really get to the nitty-gritty of it. And I want to now take you back to that statement that I made, that there are 3 types of people that we could call successful. And these are the people, number 1, that are striving to be loved and accepted. That's why they're chasing success. Number 2 are the people that are doing it for the egoic narcissistic supply. And the 3rd is for the genuinely fulfilling reason of being and aligning with their dharma and delivering a difference to the world. So they're the 3 types of success. And the 3rd is the only one that is going to gratify our life for real, our soul's mission. So what's happened is when we've got with a cerebral narcissist is that we have not been aligned with true success. It doesn't matter what we've been doing or what we've been living. We've been trying to get success and that height of achievement, the genuine height of achievement. We've been trying to get it by proxy through another person. And we've picked a false substitute, a cerebral narcissist who isn't successful either. This is an empty person trying to get narcissistic supply. And it all goes horribly, horribly pear-shaped. And our life, as well as success or fulfillment or our mission, all of those things get destroyed when we're with narcissists. We get further away, not even closer to them. So what we're here to do is to learn the gift, learn the lesson of what's been happening. Because I truly believe that everybody who has been with a cerebral narcissist, a so-called successful narcissist, is latent. Their soul mission is dormant within them. They haven't connected to the truth of their path or their life yet. So when we pull away and we let go of needing to get it through that person and we heal the traumas that have been brought up with us in this horrible, painful exchange, and we heal and we clear all of that, we start becoming who we are. People say all the time, they say, how do I find my mission? And my answer to that is always, as it was for me, be your own mission, clear your trauma, grow yourself up into your true self, then your mission will come through you as you, because it is organically the truth of your true self. Once we become a true self, we are going to do our mission. And that's when we have the life that completely is for real and is successful. So I hope that that's really helped, and I would love you to come over to the blog to have a further conversation about this at blog.melanietoniaevans.com. And until the next video, you know what to do. Keep smiling, keep healing, keep thriving, because that's it. It's the total answer. There is nothing else to do. So until the next one, lots of love. Bye-bye.